match between Northern Kentucky and the IPFW Lady Dons. Tonight's match matches first place team in the GLVC with Northern Kentucky at a 2-0 record, 11-2 overall, versus the IPFW Lady Dons, who are opening the conference tonight with a match against Northern Kentucky with an overall record of 3-10. Tonight should be an interesting matchup, Pam, with the IPFW Lady Dons coming in with a sort of tired. They've been playing 5 matches in the last week and a little over a week, and we should be interested to see how hard they come out from the gate here. What do you think?
Yeah, I think fatigue's definitely a factor. I know that with the travel to St. Cloud State for the tournament, and they came back and we're on the road again to Ashland, the girls are a little tired, and it'll be a good, good match to see how they can rebound from this.
Well, as the teams shake hands and go back to the back line, we're going to get ready for the serve. Yeah, you have to know who is serving the match. A couple things to look for from the Lady Dons. Want to look for April Bear and see if they can establish her as an offensive threat. We also want to see if we can establish Heather Teagarden. Heather Teagarden leads the team in attempts so far this year with 504, which is a great deal. And she also leads the team in kills with 179. So she is the go-to girl tonight. Well, if they can get April involved as well, it should make things a little easier for Heather. See, maybe we can get her a few more kills than what happened the last weekend.
Amy Scheinman will begin serve for Fort Wayne in game 1.
Yeah. I'm fine. Hey, Amy Scheinman, number 4, is going to start us off for the Lady Dons. And for Northern Kentucky, that was number 7 with the kill. Number 7 is Stephanie Carl, Cincinnati, Ohio. Number 3, Carrie Lewin with the jump serve. And Northern Kentucky with a kill. They get on the board first. Yeah, and the key for the Lady Dons is that they have to pass the ball. If they can't pass the ball, Heather Teagarden and Julie Parrott are going to get a lot of sets again, and we can't make a living with us just setting the outside all the time. We have to establish the middle. Like you said, again, there's a bad pass, and again, we have to set it out to Julie. Northern Kentucky has come out here serving very tough. Carrie Lewin has a very good jump serve. And if we look at the GLVC stats here, Carrie Lewin is second in the conference in aces with 38 going into tonight's match. She just added 3 more, so that gives her 41. Pam, tonight, again, the whole key is going to be serving and passing. The Lady Dons can't survive if they don't get the ball over the net, and if they can't pass the ball, Northern Kentucky serves very tough. They're going to be in for a long night.
Yeah, the Lady Dons seem to have a problem with receiving the ball.
The College Cable Access Program Guide provides information about our programming, including IPFW Sports Telegames. To receive your free Channel 6 program guide, send your name, address, and zip code to Channel 6 at IPFW 2101 Coliseum Boulevard East, Fort Wayne, Indiana 46805, or call us at 481-6000. Well, Lady Dons took a quick timeout, which is why it looks like what they needed. They got a good pass, and they were able to set the middle, which the IPFW Lady Dons have to be able to do tonight. Julie Parrott serves. number 7, Stephanie Carl with a kill. She uses the block of Heather Teagarden to get a side out. Number 13, Colleen Kaufman comes in the game for Northern Kentucky. She's back to serve. Amy Scheinman with a pass. That was number 6, Peggy Ziegler with a kill. Off the block of April Bear and Jill Lyon. Kaufman back to serve again. Heather Teagarden with a swing. Northern Kentucky sends it back over the net. Heather wins the joust at the net. That's an IPFW side out.
Number 5, April Bear back to serve for the Lady Dons.
It's Carrie Lewin with a pass. Northern Kentucky runs a quick attack and mishit it, and it just inches over the block of IPFW for Northern Kentucky's side out. You got Stephanie Carl back to serve. IPFW gets a good pass, but they get the net, so that's another point for the Northern Kentucky. Carly back to serve again. Pam, IPFW is not passing very well right now. They seem to be picking on Julie Parrott right now as a freshman out of Bishop Dwenger High School. It was a setter with a sneak attack. Another point for the Northern Kentucky. And now Julie Parrott and Amy Scheinman are not passing the ball very well, and it's very hard for IPFW to run any kind of offense. And Julie Parrott with a pass. Heather Teagarden swings. Number 13, Kaufman with a dig. And Ziegler just gets blocked by April Bear and Jill Lyons, IPFW side out. Jill Lyons goes back to serve. And she serves the ball long. That's Northern Kentucky's side out. And with the passing and serving errors, it's just going to make it a long night for IPFW right now.
Doesn't seem that IPFW has gotten into sync with their game yet. They're not able to pass the ball, and they're having trouble with their blocks also.
Another Teagarden with a kill, with a swing. Here she goes again. Dug by Peggy Ziegler. And Peggy Ziegler has a back row attack into the net. Another side out for IPFW.
Number 12, Heather Teagarden back to serve for the Lady Dons.
Heather Teagarden serves it long. We have a substitution for Northern Kentucky. Number 18, Teresa Inskeep comes in for number 13, Colleen Kaufman. And number 16, Tamara Raymer back to serve. And another bad pass by the Lady Dons. Lady Dons are not going to be competitive unless they can get the ball to Jill. Jill's a pretty good setter when they can pass the ball well. When Jill has to chase the ball down, it makes things a lot tougher.
Yeah, Jill's definitely the playmaker of the team. She keeps everything in motion and keeps it in sync, and right now her players just aren't coming through for her.
Jill came up with a nice set there, and Amy Scheinman hit it down the line for a kill. Amy Palvidal went back to serve and serves it long. Another side out for Northern Kentucky.
Serving for the Lady Norse is number 10, Sean Casey.
IPFW tools the block for a side out. Amy Scheinman goes back to serve. And as you see, Amy Scheinman look to the sideline. She's watching her coaches to tell her where to serve the ball. Unfortunately, she serves in the net for another North Kentucky side out. And back to serve for the Northern Kentucky is Carrie Lewin again. Who just moved in the service ace lead in the conference. IPFW called for a net violation. Oh, Northern Kentucky. Oh, my mistake. So we're going to have a conference with the referees to find out what's going on here.
Oh, I think they were saying that Jill was in the net.
Okay, so that's going to be a point for Northern Kentucky. They're up 11-0. We have double substitution for Fort Wayne. Number 13, Michelle Connolly, is entering for April Bear. Number 10, Shannon Smith, going in for Heather Teagarden in the back row. Michelle Connolly is the best, if you follow IPFW sports, has been a post player for the IPFW Lady Dons the last 2 years and is just starting volleyball this year.
Also went to the Lady Dons on that substitution was number 6, Amy Redenbach.
Here's another point for Northern Kentucky. Carrie Lewin is just serving them off the court right now. Here we go with another substitution. Amy Pavato for Amy Reidenbach, known as Red. Oh, Amy Pavato with a serve, or pass. And Julie Parrott hits it outside the antenna. That was a nice swing. It was just the set wasn't in a good place for her to put it down the line, so she hits it out of bounds outside the antenna. Carrie Lewin with another nice jump serve. That puts them up 14-0.
Northern Kentucky is definitely at the top of the conference, but I don't think IPFW is doing anything to help it. I mean, they look really good, but you know, the Lady Dons are just having a really difficult time getting something going here.
There we are, Julie Parrott taking a nice swing on the outside for Lady Don's side out. And Julie goes back to serve. And another service error for the Lady Dons. One thing about IPFW, even though they might be physically overmatched in a lot of their matches, they always try hard. You're never going to see them give up. You're going to see them going for every ball. And they're trying to play scrappy defense and keep themselves in the match.
Serving for NKU is number 13, Colleen Kaufman.
Shannon Smith goes with a swing outside. Northern Kentucky with the jail set. Shannon Smith, another swing off the top of the block. Shannon Smith with yet another swing, and this time she gets a kill. Side out IPFW.
Shannon's showing a little excitement out there. Maybe she can get something started for the Lady Dons.
Nice pass from Northern Kentucky. Number 10, Sean Casey is into a double block. Amy Scheinman with the dig. Shannon Smith gets blocked. That was Stephanie Carley and Sean Casey with the block on Shannon Smith. Side out Northern Kentucky. Fort Wayne substitution. April Bear for Michelle Connolly in the back row. Michelle will enter the game normally as a front row specialist. She hasn't played the game long enough to where we can put her in the back row and she can handle the ball. She puts up a good block and she'd be in there to give a spell to April, who's coming off an ankle injury. Amy Palvido with a kill, side out Fort Wayne. Jill Lyon back to serve. Colleen Kaufman with a bad pass. IPFW is on the board now.
Lyon back again to serve for the Lady Dons.
Jill Lyon with the serve. Oh, I can't believe they didn't call that. That was a pretty blatant throw by the setter. And a hitting error for number 16, Tamara Raymer. IPFW 2 points on the board now. Jill Lyon looks to the sideline for the serve. And Jill Lyon with the ace. Another point for the Lady Dons. Pam, this is what IPFW has to do. They have to serve the ball accurately where Northern Kentucky isn't.
Yeah, they seem to have in the last couple of minutes gotten to maybe their rhythm a little bit, or back into sync as they put some points on the board and seem to not be having as many problems getting the ball over the net.
Jill Lyon with another decent serve. Oh, yeah, Jill serves into the net this time. Side out Northern Kentucky.
Serving for the game for Northern Kentucky, number 6, Peggy Ziegler.
That was Carrie Herman with the pass. That's game point for Northern Kentucky. Northern Kentucky takes game 1, 15-4 as the team switch sides. That'll be a 3-minute intermission here. Again, the key for the Lady Dons is to get the ball in play, pass the ball, play defense. Physically, they're overmatched. Northern Kentucky's a bigger team and a little bit quicker, a little more athletic. And IPFW has to play scrappy defense to stay in the match, and hopefully in game 2 they can come back out. We'll be right back after these messages.
Team spirit is alive and well at IPFW. That's because IPFW has established itself as an athletic power, not only regionally, but nationally. With 11 major sports, IPFW offers talented student athletes great opportunities. Success and support of IPFW athletics comes solely from the fans, students, faculty, alumni, and the prestigious Royal Dons Club. The Royal Dons Athletic Club has over 500 members who financially support IPFW athletics, enabling the university to provide scholarships to deserving athletes. Members will receive one or all of the following: season passes to all sporting events, special seating, hospitality room, plus Royal Dons apparel and gifts. In May of '94, IPFW will host the Men's Collegiate Final Four Volleyball Championships. Royal Dons will be first in line to purchase preferred seating. Be a part of the winning tradition. Join the Royal Dons Club. We need your support. Call IPFW Athletics. Get into the team spirit.
How can you find out when lightning may strike? And how do you count the fish in the sea? How can you tell if a child is growing normally, if baseball is getting better, or traffic is getting worse? How do you know about stock market trends, the risk of cholesterol, the history of witchcraft, or the future of spacecraft? With statistics, that's how. And how can you find out about statistics? With the new Statistics series, Against All Odds.
Turn to find help for an elderly person you love. Call the Elder Care Locator at 1-800-677-1116.
Welcome back to IPFW Hilliard Gate Sports Arena for the match between Northern Kentucky and IPFW Lady Dons. Northern Kentucky took game 1, 15-4, and Northern Kentucky is going to start us off with number 10, Sean Casey, back to serve.
We'll see if this game, if IPFW doesn't have a little bit of a groove or can get into their rhythm. Last game they really struggled to get something started. Oh, that's a good
Amy
sign.
Clavado with a great pass, and April Baird hammers it down for an IPFW side out. That was a good start to the game 2 here, Pam. That's what we really need to do.
Yeah,
Get off on a good note. Shannon Smith with a good serve. And IPFW gets on the board first.
The Lady Dons seem to have a little bit more enthusiasm out there.
Shannon Smith with the serve again. Another tough serve. 70 Carly with the swing. Kentucky tips it over the net. Draws IPFW in the net for Northern Kentucky's side out.
Number 3 serving for Northern Kentucky, Carrie Lewin.
This is who IPFW had trouble with passing last game. Let's see if they can solve her. Shannon Smith with a nice pass. April Bear gets a nice swing out of it. Free ball back over the net. Jill pushes it out to Heather Teagarden, who gets it down the line. Side out IPFW. IPFW has certainly come out here with a little more fire. They're really starting to swing the ball. They're moving to the feet, getting in position to get a decent pass. So they have all their options on offense. And they can't make a living setting to the outside against this team. They're too big and they block too well. Amy Scheinman with the dig. Heather Teagarden tips it over the block, straight to the right back. April Bear with a dig. Amy Scheinman swings from the back row, out of bounds. Side out Northern Kentucky.
Colleen Kaufman, number 13, substitutes in for Lady Norse.
There's Shannon Smith with another nice pass. Heather Teagarden swings on the right side. Dogged by Kentucky. And number 7, Carly, gets the kill for Northern Kentucky. Now we're tied up 1-1. IPFW with a bad pass. Northern Kentucky sends it back. Another point. Pam, we keep saying that IPFW is physically overmatched. And watchers are probably wondering why that is. They have a new coach, Tim Heffron, who's only been here for about 1 month. And he took over a team that was coached by Lisa Sheehan, who's over at Belmont High School now. And Lisa Sheehan's coaching philosophy was not as much, she did not recruit actively. She always took players who wanted to come here and play, take opportunities. She didn't actually go out and actively recruit good athletes. She took people who, much like herself, were very scrappy and wanted to play hard. And Tim Heffron having to take over a team not very athletic, and it's starting to show a little bit as you can look at their overall record, which is 3-10.
Yeah, I think the fact that they tune in to Channel 6 tomorrow afternoon at 8 p.m. to watch the Indianapolis University Greyhounds take on the IPFW Volleyball. Catch all the action of IPFW volleyball right here on Channel 6.
I have a correction on that time for tomorrow's match. It is actually at 3:30 p.m. tomorrow afternoon, rather than 8 o'clock. After the timeout, Northern Kentucky comes out to serving. April Bear with the pass. Amy Scheinman sets the ball, and Jill Lyon hits into the net for another point for Northern Kentucky. Number 13, Kaufman back to serve. Shannon Smith with the pass. Heather Teagarden tips the ball into the block. And they're called for a lift. Side out IPFW.
Jill Lyon serving for the Lady Dons.
You notice that Amy Scheinman has taken over the setting duties from Jill Lyon for IPFW. And we seem to get a side out quickly. Just a little bit change of pace. Jill Lyon's taking over again. And Jill Lyon with the sneak attack on 2. Point IPFW. That's one of Jill Lyon's favorite plays, fam. Setting the ball over on the second ball into the middle of the court, catching the defense back on their heels by surprise.
She catches the defense off guard a lot of times and is able to get that in there for a side out or even for a point for the Lady Dons.
And Jill served the ball out of bounds. Shannon Smith with another nice pass. Heather Teagarden swings. Northern Kentucky with the block. Heather Teagarden with another swing, and she just catches the line. Side out IPFW. And at the top of the match, we said that Heather Teagarden would probably get a lot of swings, and that's holding true to form right now as she goes back to serve.
Yeah, Heather is currently second in the GLVC in kills. She's right behind last year's Player of the Year, Sherry Kaiser from Southern Indiana.
Amy Scheinman and Michelle Connolly put up a nice block on the left side. Point IPFW as they now only behind by 3-6. Teagarden with a serve, and it goes long. Side out Northern Kentucky.
Lady Dons still seem to be struggling with getting their serves in.
And no, their philosophy is to serve it tough. And sometimes that comes back to haunt them as they see a lot of balls served long again tonight. That was a nice try by Drill Lyon as she just sticks one hand out there for a dig down the line.
I think Michelle Conley got a hand on it too to get it up, but it was just out of bounds.
Kentucky serve. April Bear passes the ball in the middle of the court. Shannon Smith swings away, but it just goes long. Point Northern Kentucky. Our last home match, Shannon Smith was the player of the game. She came off the bench and spark plugged the team and a win over St. Francis.
Northern Kentucky's in the net.
Connolly back to serve. She serves in the net. And here comes the IPFW substitution. Julie Parrott will be entering the game for Michelle Connolly after that service there. Again, not because she served in the net, but just because her back row play is not quite good enough for her to stay in all the way around. Again, they're working hard with her in practice, and hopefully by the end of the season we can get her to stay around and save some substitutions for later in the match. And Northern Kentucky with the serve. Julie Parrott with a nice pass. April Bear gets blocked. Point Northern Kentucky.
I think Northern Kentucky's size right now is just dominating at the net. The Lady Dons are having trouble getting the ball over, or it's getting blocked back, and there's just no one there to take care of it.
That's absolutely right, Pam. Amy Scheinman with a nice little roll shot into the right corner there. Side out IPFW. Another thing you watch for, when IPFW does get a good pass and April Bear's in the front row, you don't want to get too predictable and only set her, as you saw for the last Northern Kentucky side out. The block was sitting there waiting for April to swing away. They're going to have to mix it up a little bit so as not to be so predictable and hopefully keep Northern Kentucky's block guessing. Julie Parrott with a nice pass. There we go. Shannon Smith hitting against one block, hits it out of bounds. Side out Northern Kentucky. That time that was a good choice by Jill Lyon on who to set. April Bear went strong and held the middle blocker. And Shannon got a good swing against the one-on-one block. She just hit it out of bounds. This time April Bear comes with a nice swing and side out IPFW.
Yeah, that's what Jill needs to do, is to mix it up in there. She's a really smart setter, and she can just get her hitters on, and that's going to be very effective for the Lady Dons.
And that was Carly with the kill off the IPFW block. Side out Northern Kentucky. Good. April Bear just hits it wide. Point for Northern Kentucky. They're up 11-3. And number 3, Carrie Lewin back to serve again. I don't know. I think the block touched that set. That should have been interference. Hey, but there, nice swing again. That's a nice set by Jill. And when we pass the ball, Jill has a lot of options. She can put the ball on the money most of the time. And Jill has 2 bad ankles, so she has to go chase the ball down. She's probably going to be late getting to the ball, and the set's not going to be as hittable as if there was a good pass.
Yeah, Jill rolled both of her ankles in a 2-day period about 2 weeks ago before their tournament. That's the first injury she suffered in a 4-year career here at IPFW, and a very successful one. She practically owns the record books for IPFW.
Northern Kentucky back to serve. And there's Colleen Kaufman with the ace. As IPFW is trailing 3-12 now. Kaufman back to serve again. Shannon Smith with the pass. Had a Teagarden with a nice swing down the line, but it's dogged by number 13, Colleen Kaufman. Heather with another swing. Colleen Kaufman with another dig. And Peggy Ziegler has a nice cut shot down the net for another point for Northern Kentucky. If you notice, Colleen Kaufman's getting a lot of digs, and that's a good reason, as she's number 4 in the conference with digs. I might be mistaken there. She's number 8 in the conference with digs with 114, averaging 2.74 match. I think she's gotten more than that in this game alone right here. Kaufman with a nice pass to number 16. Tamara Raymer hits it into IPFW's double block. IPFW read that well, as they had 2 blockers sitting on the middle attack. They're unable to take advantage of those. Jill serves into the net again. Story of IPFW's season, as they've not been able to take advantage of opportunities presented to them. Andrea Woodcock tips the ball over the net. And IPFW side out. Whenever another team, IPFW is normally a tough serving team. They can force the other team into mistakes. Sometimes IPFW is just not able to capitalize, since they do not have a very dominant offense. As Andrea Woodcock hits it into the block. The key for IPFW is keeping the ball alive, not letting it hit the floor, and hoping that the other team just continues to make mistakes. Right now, that is not the case.
IPFW is just making too many mistakes. They're beating themselves is what they're doing. Northern Kentucky is at the top of the conference, but IPFW is putting themselves in this hole with a poor reception and their serving.
Northern Kentucky with a serve. Joe Lyons sets it to Amy Scheinman on the right side. Dug by Kaufman again. That was Lewin with a tip over the net. Shannon Smith goes up, challenges the block. And Sean Casey sets the ball over the middle of the court, catching IPF defense off guard again. That was game number 2. Northern Kentucky winning 15-4. The teams change sides. Again, this is the best of 5 match. When the team wins best out of 3, taking the match. And right now, Northern Kentucky 2-0. Well, we'll be right back after these messages.
The non-conference season for Indiana ended with great defensive plays against the Kentucky Wildcats last Saturday in Bloomington. And the defense will have to play well in the future, too, as the Big Ten season starts with the Wisconsin Badgers coming to Bloomington this week. I'm Mickey Klein. Join me and guest coach Bill Lynch for Big Red Football, where you can see all the action highlights of every Indiana football game.
over 2 millennia, Western society has generated a rich visual tradition of painting, sculpture, and architecture. What do these images mean? How can we understand them? Art of the Western World will take you on an exciting journey that will suggest answers to these and other questions. Beginning in ancient Greece and ending on the brink of the future, it will examine many of mankind's most enduring artistic achievements.
Carol.
Tom.
Some people still don't realize how space technology benefits everyone.
Well, you played a detective. Why don't you give him a clue and I'll be your helper?
Okay, partner. Look at this.
Without warning, hurricanes can take a huge toll in lives and property.
But with space satellites, we now have ample warnings.
And thousands of lives have been saved.
Hey, Carol, we're a great team.
We're a great item.
Space technology.
This is what's in it for you.
Mental illness. We fear it. We laugh at it.
This guy's lost his
We scorn it. We think it's shameful. But these are misunderstandings. Misunderstandings that will fade away if we see mental illness for what it really is. A medical disease. A disease that can be treated if you just know where to turn. For an informative booklet, call the American Mental Health Fund.
Excuse me, ma'am, can you help us? I'm sorry, Sir, please help our brother. Ma'am, we need some blood for our brother. Please.
I'm sorry, I can't help you.
Sir? Please, ma'am.
Oh, not now, baby.
Our brother really needs blood. Can you help us?
Imagine if you had to ask for blood to save the life of someone you love. Next time the American Red Cross asks, give blood, please.
A lot of my friends have already retired. But I wasn't ready for that. So I'm still teaching. This time in Belize, Central America. I decided to join the Peace Corps. I love my kids. And the way I figure it, I have the rest of my life to play cards.
Peace Corps, the toughest job you'll ever love.
My hero? Isaiah Thomas, Kevin Costner, Mr. Wong.
These are teachers, but to the kids they've reached, they're heroes.
My hero? Mrs. Wooten. If I don't get through to that child, who knows, maybe no one else will.
Teachers have the power to wake up young minds, to be heroes, to make a difference. Reach for that power. Teach. Find out how by calling 1-800-45-TEACH. Be a teacher. Be a hero.
What comes to your mind when you think about mathematics? Clowns, street sweepers, the Red Sox, robots, the weather, earthquakes, Disney World, pineapples, conventions, parking tickets, fishing? If these practical applications of contemporary mathematics didn't make your list, you should watch public television's math series For All Practical Purposes.
Welcome back to Hilliard Gate Sports Center as IPFW Lady Dons host Northern Kentucky Norse women. Northern Kentucky leads this best of 5 match 2-0 as we go into game 3. And IPFW, I believe, will be serving to start this match. And the name of the story tonight, game tonight is that IPFW has not been able to pass the ball effectively to establish any kind of offense. Northern Kentucky's Carrie Lewin came out at jump serving, and she was on fire. She served the first 9 points for Northern Kentucky, and they went on to win game 1, 15-4. IPFW came out a little more fired up in game 2, and at one point we were tied at 1-1, but Northern Kentucky took charge of the match and took game 2, 15-6, I believe. And IPFW again will start us off. Heather Teagarden back to serve. And this is a transition year for the Lady Dons. Tim Heffron is in his first season as a new head coach. And Yeah, and he took over a team that, although last year they finished the regular season undefeated in the conference, they lost 2 big players in Julie Huber and Danielle Berlin. And he's been had to make do with a freshman from Bishop Dwenger, Julie Parrott, and another girl, Amy Scheinman, who had taken a 2-year layoff from the team for medical reasons and came back. And even though they're both trying very hard, they've just not been able to carry the Volleyball to victory this season as often as they would like. Heather Teagarden with a back row attack, dogged by Northern Kentucky. And Northern Kentucky eases the ball over the net. Julie Parrott with the kill as Northern Kentucky is called for a lift. Point, Lady Dons.
I think Coach Heffron is really using this year as a time to strengthen his players for next season. I know that Jill's the only 4-year senior on the team, along with Amy Scheinman, who has played for 2 seasons. And I think he's just using this to get them ready for next year.
That was Northern Kentucky with a side out. That's right, Pam. And this is a young team, again with freshmen starting at outside hitter. And yeah, 1 junior, 1 senior, freshman, 2 sophomores on the floor. So they don't have very much experience as Northern Kentucky hits the ball out of bounds, side out IPFW. And Tim Heffron is recruiting very hard this fall. He's been out all over the northeastern Indiana area looking at volleyball players at all the local high schools, at least within a 2 to 3 hour radius, and he's going to start going into Ohio and southern Michigan as the season progresses. And he's looking to add some size. He needs to recruit a middle who can play right away, and that shouldn't be too difficult considering that IPFW really doesn't have a true middle in their entire lineup. And yeah, Michelle Connolly trying to fill the bill, but she just doesn't have the experience yet. As she has their first season playing collegiate volleyball, and she hasn't probably touched a volleyball in a couple of years. IPFW's Amy Plavato goes back to serve. Plavato with a dig. The Teagarden bumps ball over for another free ball for Northern Kentucky. And Carly hits it out of bounds to Northern Kentucky. Point, Lady Dons. Plavato back to serve again. Oh, nice serve by Plavato. Parrott digs the ball on top of the net. Jill Lyon wins the joust at the net. Another point for the Lady Dons. They go up 3-0. And IPFW seems to come out strong again, just like they did in game 2. Let's hope they can sustain it through the entire game. Tight set by Northern Kentucky, and they hit it off the antenna out of bounds. Another point for Mastodons.
Lady Dons need to keep this pace going and maybe build some momentum and help that carry them and take them to the next level so they can be competitive in the conference.
That was Andrea Woodcock with a nice block off the top of the head.
Great kill by April Baird.
And IPFW puts the ball down again as they take a 5-0 lead, and Northern Kentucky calls a timeout to see if they can sort of get back on track. We'll go back to recruiting, Pam. Yeah, like you said, Jill Lyon is the only senior on the team, and she plays the most important position on the court at setter. And IPFW does not really have a true setter on the bench to take over for her next year.
No, he definitely needs to go out and find someone. They're going to be big shoes to fill next year with the numbers that she's put up over her 4-year career here. Amy Scheinman right now, I believe, is the backup setter for them. She came in here as a setter out of high school, but as you said, she had a 2-year layoff, and that may hurt her in the long run if she needs to step in there.
And after the timeout, Amy Plavato can serve it up again. And that was a nice timeout by Northern Kentucky as they got Amy Plavato serve it out of bounds for Northern Kentucky side out. Amy with the serve. Jill with a nice up, chasing down that bad pass. Set goes outside. IPFW pops the ball up. Heather Teagarden with a back row attack. Dogged by Colleen Kaufman. Amy Palvido with a nice try for the ball, but it goes out of bounds for a point for Northern Kentucky.
Jill's just all over the court. They're not getting the ball to her. She's having to go from side to side and try and get the ball, and you can't run an offense like that.
And Julie Parrott with a nice pass.
Whoa!
And April Bear just hammers the ball for IPFW side out. IPFW has made a lineup change. April Bear started the match at middle, and now they brought Andrea Woodcock to play middle and moved April Bear to the outside so she can get some more swings. IPFW has not been passing the ball well enough to get April some swings. And April is one of their best players, if not the best player they have on the team. And in order for them to be successful, she has to see the ball. And the only way for her to do that is to move her outside right now.
Yeah, April's just now recovering from an ankle injury. She's got, as you can see, a brace or an active ankle on there, and it's been pretty painful for her.
Another bad pass by the Lady Dons. April tried to chase the ball down, but she called for underneath the net. Peggy Ziegler back to serve for Northern Kentucky. Amy Palvido with a nice pass. The Teagarden swings to the right side, gets dogged by Colleen Kaufman. And Casey tries one too many times to set that ball over on two, and she puts it into the net for an IPFW side out. April Bear goes back to serve for the Lady Dons. Bad pass from Northern Kentucky. They tip it over. Andrea Woodcock tries to play the ball, but unable to. And Northern Kentucky side out.
Tamara Raymer serving for the Norse.
Oh, that's an ace for North Kentucky. As they close the gap to 5-3, leading 2 games to none. Here's a serve. Julie Parrott with a pass. Heather Teagarden with another swing. Julie Parrott with a swing, hits it out of bounds. Point Northern Kentucky. Again, IPFW's inability to handle the ball is shown here as the outside hitters are just getting all the sets right now. And they're not able to put the ball down. It's not a matter of them not being able to. They're just trying so hard because the pressure is on them to keep the Lady Dons in the match. There's a nice block by the Lady Dons, but Jill Lyons unable to chase it down. Another point for the Norse.
You can just see the frustration on their faces out there that nothing seems to be going right for the Lady Dons right now. They're really struggling.
Oh, Kentucky with the serve. And Amy Palvido lets it go long for IPFW side out.
Palvido had to dodge the ball there to keep it from hitting her.
And I think that showed that IPFW is a little bit frustrated and the communication's breaking down a little bit. I think someone just at the last second was able to let Amy know that the ball was out. Carrie Herman enters the game just for Amy Palvido, and she serves it into the net. Northern Kentucky side out. And Sean Casey, setter, back to serve for Northern Kentucky. Carrie Herman with the pass. And the Teagarden swings. Gets dug by Northern Kentucky. Got a touch off the block for IPFW. Ball still in play. Jill Lyon gets caught in the middle of the court playing defense and shanks the ball out of bounds for another Northern Kentucky point. And Northern Kentucky is now taking the lead 6-5. Carrie Herdman with a decent pass. Michelle Conley swings, dogged by setter Casey. Michelle Connolly with another swing. April Bear with the dig. Heather Teagarden hammers the ball down for an IPFW side out. And IPFW with a few lineup changes again. Michelle Connolly is in the middle. They've moved Julie Parrott to the left side and Heather Teagarden to the right side, playing opposite Jill Lyon. And they moved April Bear to the outside. And Andrea Woodcock playing middle so they can get more offensive firepower.
Michelle Conley seems to have made a fairly smooth transition for what they're asking of her from basketball to volleyball. You know, they're really using her size on the front row to block against the hitters.
And she's doing a pretty good job. So offensively, she's also coming around. Versus Ashland last Tuesday night, she was the leading hitter with 5 kills and 8 attempts, and she had 63% for that match. Well, she seems to be coming along very nicely. She gets another swing and forces Northern Kentucky into a free ball situation, and they knock it out of bounds. Side out, IPFW. Julie Parrott looks to the sideline. Looks like they're going to serve zone 6. April Bear tries to scoop it up after they play it off her block, but to no avail. Side out, Northern Kentucky. Colleen Kaufman enters the game again. She's back to serve. Julie Parrott with a nice pass. Michelle Conley swings. Dug by Kaufman. Peggy Ziegler blasts the ball out of bounds for an IPFW side out.
Michelle Conley's seen a lot of action the last couple of plays. Jill's getting her the ball a lot more, and she's getting it over and keeping it in play, and that's what the Lady Dons need right now with them behind 7-5.
Again, what the IPFW need to do is just put the ball in play, at least to stay competitive. They're not hitting the ball out as often, not making as many errors, and that shows on the scoreboard as they only trail 7-5. Nice pass by Amy Reidenbach, and Jill Lyon tips the ball over for a kill. Point IPFW.
Jill's been very successful with that over the last couple of seasons.
And it's starting to show in the stats as she is 6th in the conference in hitting percentage with .328. And she's also the leading hitter on the team percentage-wise.
IPFW asking for a touch on that.
Obviously, the referees don't see it their way as Northern Kentucky gets the ball. Stephanie Carley back to serve. She's 4th in the conference in serving with .725 aces per game.
April Bear, she's pounding the ball. She's really added a spark to the Lady Dons on their front row attack.
April is really a very good athlete. Strongest player on the team. Probably most aggressive, one of the hardest workers. She hates to lose. She's going to come out there swinging.
That's what the Lady Dons need this season. They need that attitude to be given to every other player out there. I know Jill and April have it, and all the other ones have it. They just really need to get things going there.
Yeah, they all don't always have it at the same time. Northern Kentucky serves the ball long, side out IPFW. April Bear is going to go back to serve. I think they might be trying to pick on number 6 here on the passing rotation for Northern Kentucky, but she comes out with a nice pass, and Casey tips the ball over for Northern Kentucky side out. IPFW caught sleeping at left back. Raymer back to serve for Northern Kentucky. Short serve to Julie Parrott. Jill bump sets. Heather Teagarden gets a touch. Off the back row defense. Side out IPFW. We got an IPFW substitution. Carrie Herdman entering the game for Andrea Woodcock at service. And Michelle Connolly coming back into the front row for number 6, Amy Reidenbach.
Carrie Herdman is a 5'6" freshman from Fort Wayne, Indiana. She played at Carroll High School.
Carrie Herman comes out with a nice serve and ties the match up at 7. Ties the game at 7, I'm sorry. Now that's Carrie's job. Just come in, play nice defense in the back row, and get a serve in, hopefully serve tough, put some points on the board. Another tough serve. Jill backsets ahead of Teagarden, another nice kill on the right side as IPFW now takes the lead, 8-7. Herdman back to serve as we get a ask for a ball switch here. Another nice serve by Carey. That was 18. Teresa Inskeep hammering the ball for Northern Kentucky's side out. That was the first time Northern Kentucky has really been able to run a middle attack in quite some time, and they were able to do it successfully this time. Carey Herdman with a pass. Julie Parrott rolls the ball over. Northern Kentucky kicks it outside. The Teagarden sets the ball out to Julie Parrott, who swings down the line. Side out IPFW.
Nice kill by Parrott.
Now the Teagarden goes back to serve for the Mastodons. See if they can pick on number 6 a little more. Nope. Serve out to the left side. That was Stephanie Carley with another kill. Side out Northern Kentucky.
Carrie Lewin is back serving for the Lady Norse.
Nice serve by Carrie Lewin, catches the back line. IPFW thought it was going long. The match is tied up, game is tied up, 8-8. Lewin to serve. Oh. She's got that jump serve working for her tonight. The IPFW is back on their heels, and they just don't know where the ball's going. Carrie Herdman should take a step up. As she does there, comes out with a pass. Right, a little too tight to the net. Point Northern Kentucky. They lead game 3, 10-8.
Lewin has been very effective with her serve. She's a 5'8" sophomore out of Edgewood, Kentucky, and she's really sticking it to the Lady Dons right now.
IPFW pulled a substitution. Shannon Smith for Carrie Herdman. See if they can slow down Miss Lewin here. Julie Parrott off the block. Side out IPFW. That was a good substitution by Tim Heffron. Got a nice pass, and they're able to hold the middle blocker and kick the ball out to Julie Parrott as she hammered it down the line. And Julie comes back with a nice serve, and Northern Kentucky's unable to return it. Another point for IPFW, 9-10. Julie Parrott back to serve again. Freshman right here out of Fort Wayne, attended Bishop Dwenger. She serves it just out of bounds. Again, that was a nice serve, just barely went out of bounds as she's trying to hit the right corner. Got number 13, Colleen Coffin, back to serve for Northern Kentucky. Julie Parrott with a nice pass. April Bear swings. She just hits it right off the shoulder of Carrie Lewin. Nice swing by April. Right now, April seems to be the spark plug for IPFW. Again, another nice move by Coach Heffron as he moved April to the outside. April needed to touch the ball more, and as you can see by the scores, IPFW lead is just behind 9-10. That April has pretty much been the key to Game 3 here. Amy Reidenbach has entered the game to serve for the Mastodons. Nice serve by Amy. Forces Northern Kentucky into a bad pass or free ball situation. And April just hits the ball off the antenna. I think Jill pushed that ball out a little too far. That was one of the few times Jill was actually able to jump set. That was a nice pass in transition. And I think she just a little too strong for her own good that time. That was number 7, Stephanie Carley, with an ace for the Northern Kentucky. And they take a lead 11-9. IPFW called a timeout to see if they can nip this one in the bud.
Channel 6 is now accepting applications for underwriting the televising of IPFW sports events and other programs. For more information about how your business or organization can utilize this opportunity, call the Channel 6 office during business hours at 481-6000.
And IPFW comes out of the timeout. There's several reasons why you call a timeout in a situation like this. Again, Northern Kentucky is serving very well. And a timeout hopefully will break their concentration a little bit, and it'll give IPFW a little easier time to side out here. There really isn't a whole much of strategy involved here at this point. IPFW has to pass the ball like they just have, and April Bear with another swing.
April seems to be on fire tonight.
I think that is the strategy right now, set April.
April's really carrying the Lady Dons right now. She's keeping them in here.
Tight set by Northern Kentucky. And IPFW with the block. Should have called a double contact there. To no avail. April with another swing. Cross court. Point Mastodons. They close to within 10-11. Jill Lyon goes back to serve again. And April Bear is just on fire right now. IPFW gets called for a net violation as Andrea Woodcock tries to argue it wasn't me. I think the official saw it a different way there. Peggy Ziegler back to serve for Northern Kentucky. IPFW has now gone into a two-person serve receive rather than three. I think they're trying to cut down a little bit of confusion and make it a little bit easier to communicate between the passers. April Baird now goes back to serve. See if she can serve as well as she's been hitting outside. Nice serve. Northern Kentucky tries to chase the ball down, but they can't do it. The game is now tied at 11.
Northern Kentucky calls a timeout. See if they can get things back on track here or break the Lady Dons.
And Pam, April has just come out in the game 3 here, and she has just carried the team. She's hitting outside, she's serving top, she's making some nice defensive plays, putting up a good block.
I think that's real important for April. As we said earlier, she's just now coming back from an ankle injury, and I think this will do a lot for her confidence and for the team to know that, you know, Heather Teagarden is getting a lot of swings up at the net and has been very effective, and if they can get April up there, they'll have two powerful weapons that they can come at other teams with.
Yeah, Heather Teagarden has been the go-to girl for most of the season, and hopefully with this lineup move, we can get April, take a little bit of pressure out of Heather and get April into the flow a little more, as has been the case in game 3 so far. Another nice serve by April as an ace.
April seems to be doing it all right now.
IPFW takes the lead, 12-11. Got a Northern Kentucky substitution. Amy Egan enters the game for number 3, Carrie Lewin. And this isn't a pass, this is just a sort of stall IPFW, see if they can slow their service game down. Jill Lyon with a great get. Here comes Jill with another dig. Heather pushes it outside. Julie Parrott swings. Gets off the top of the block for another point. IPFW is up 13-11. All three guns seem to be working for IPFW right now as April, Julie Parrott, and Heather Teagarden are all involved in the offense. Northern Kentucky's block seems to be a little bit confused. That's April Bear with another ace.
April Bear has single-handedly picked her team up to another level. The Lady Dons came out in the first 2 games, as we saw, and just were really struggling. And with April's improved play, her teammates have seemed to come up to her level, and that's really important for the Lady Dons.
I think that's what IPFW's been looking for all season. Someone to pick the level of play up with this team to give everybody else a goal to look for. Andrea Woodcock and Heather Teagarden block with the block. They take game 3, 15-11. As they ride the shoulders of April Bear into game 4. Teams change sides. Now IPFW trails this match 1-2, but they are on fire right now, and hopefully they can carry the momentum to game 4. Okay, we'll be right back after these messages as IPFW tries to continue their success. We'll be right back.
You made it! Hey, I couldn't have gotten through physics without you.
Yeah, well, you're on your own at college.
It's not fair.
That's all right. I'm going to get a job, start working, I'm saved. And I'll be in college in another year or 2.
So, what are you having fun, Mike?
I think I'm going to go home and make a sandwich.
Support the United Negro College Fund. A mind is a terrible thing to waste.
Vince, come on, we're late. This headbanging is more fun than going through a windshield.
Good night from Iron Maiden. Drive home safe. Remember to strap yourselves in with your safety belts. You don't want to end up like Eddie. Belt up. Don't be a dummy.
Bonjour. French in Action, opening a new era in language learning. A television course in 52 lessons centers around a wonderful romantic comedy filmed entirely on location in France. The story of Mireille, Robert, Marie-Laure, and the mysterious man in black will help you to learn, to understand, and to speak French. Watch French in Action.
After dating the guy forever, you think I could tell him anything. Why is it so hard? I'm really scared.
It takes a lot of guts to tell someone he's too drunk to drive. But you can do it. Just say it. Because if you don't, there may be nothing left to say.
Kevin, I'm gonna drive.
Take the keys, call a cab, take a stand. Friends don't let friends drive drunk.
Welcome back to the Elliott Gate Sports Arena. This is game 4 of the best of 5 match between Northern Kentucky Norse and the IPFW Lady Dons. IPFW came back strong in game 3 and won 15-11. And hopefully they're going to carry the momentum on to victory here and make this match go 5 games. Northern Kentucky's going to start us off. And back to serve is, I think that's number 10, Sean Casey, the setter.
And there you see a picture of April Bear, who has been the story so far tonight. She's just led the Lady Dons up to the next level and really carried them in that last game to the win.
And here we go. Heather Teagarden with a nice pass. Pushes outside to Julie Parrott. Dogged by Northern Kentucky. And Carrie Lewin swings away. Tools the block for Northern Kentucky point. And Northern Kentucky leads 1-0 as we start game 4. April passes the ball. Heather Teagarden swings from the back row. There's a cut shot, and Heather Teagarden's caught sleeping in the back row, and Northern Kentucky goes up 2-0. Sean Casey back to serve again. Oh, April Bear passes the ball just out of Jill Lyons' reach, and Northern Kentucky goes up 3-0. This isn't how IPFW wanted to start out this fourth game. Shannon Smith with a pass. Nice swing. Ball, it goes off the antenna and out of bounds. Point, Northern Kentucky.
No, IPFW really wanted to come back out strong and pick up where they had left off from the last game, and unfortunately that doesn't seem to be the case so far.
And a little tight pass by Shannon Smith. She comes back and digs the ball. Heather Teagarden hits the back row attack into the net for another Northern Kentucky point. And Tim Heffron wastes no time in calling a timeout. Try to stop this Northern Kentucky North team from running away with game 4 here. The College Cable Access Program Guide provides information about our programming, including IPFW Sports Telecast. To receive your free Channel 6 program guide, send your name, address, and zip code to Channel 6 at IPFW, 2101 Coliseum Boulevard East, Fort Wayne, Indiana, 46805, or call us at 481-6000. After that timeout, Northern Kentucky comes back to serve. Shannon Smith with a nice pass. Michelle Connolly with the kill. Side out IPFW. And the basketball player comes through again for the Lady Dons.
Michelle seems to be able to match Northern Kentucky's front row there for size. She's about 6, not quite 6'1". Definitely the tallest player the Lady Dons have.
Oh, Lady Dons serve that ball into the net. Northern Kentucky side out. They give the ball back to Carrie Lewin, which is a big mistake. And she serves another ace for the Northern Kentucky. And they take the lead 6-0. Lewin to serve. And she finally makes a mistake. It's about time, Pam. We have a Fort Wayne substitution. Carrie Herdman comes in for Michelle Conley in the back row. Andrea Woodcock enters in the front row for Shannon Smith. Carrie goes back to serve. We're waiting for the score to get all the substitutions down on paper before we begin play here. And let's see where they pick on here. Serve number 3 comes up with a nice pass. Carey with a dig, sets it out to April. Off the block, hits the floor, to the point, IPFW. And April Bear just continues to put the ball down on the outside, giving Lady Dons an offensive threat, which they've been lacking the first 2 games and through most of the season. April with a nice block, puts the ball in play. Swings, but sends the ball just long. Side out, Northern Kentucky. Back to serve, go number 13, Colleen Kaufman for the Norse. Colleen is a 5'7" sophomore outside hitter out of Fort Thomas, Kentucky. Highlands High School down there. Kaufman comes up with an ace. Northern Kentucky leads 7-1. IPFW has an uphill battle to get back into this game, let alone this match, as Carrie Herman passes the ball out of bounds. Another Northern Kentucky point. I think IPFW might have dug themselves a little too deep a hole here in game 4, Pam.
Yeah, it's going to be a big battle for them to come back now with this big of a deficit.
I'm not sure April Bear is going to be able to carry him out of this one. The Lady Dons take another timeout. Tim Heffron is preaching to them to pass the ball. And that was the whole key to this match. And it's the whole key to every match the Lady Dons play this year. If they can't pass the ball, they don't have the athletes to pull them out of the hole.
Yeah, I think Heffron's just as frustrated as the players are. Heffron is a graduate of IPFW, played for Coach Arnie Ball for the Volleyball, and IPFW volleyball has been very strong in the past, both women and men, and I think this is a new experience for him here at IPFW.
Yeah, I think you're right. Nice pass from Julie Parrott. April swings away, and she gets blocked. Another point for Northern Kentucky. And talking more about Coach Heffron's background. He has been the assistant coach for the last 2 years, I believe, at St. Cloud State University in Minnesota. Tim had the opportunity to return there last weekend for a tournament as IPFW took on St. Cloud and a few other teams from that region. And St. Cloud was also a very strong team that Tim played a very influential part in putting together. And the Lady Dons aren't quite what he is used to right now. And we get a lot of play at the net. IPFW wins the battle on point. They now only trail 2-9 as they try to get on the comeback trail. Jill Line with a serve, just out of bounds. Side out, Northern Kentucky. Stephanie Carley back to serve. Again, had another strong service game, although she serves into the net there. Side out IPFW. That was a pretty quick rotation for IPFW as April Bears in the back row again. Nice pass. Ball tipped over the net by the setter. Heather Teagarden swings away. She just catches the line. That was a great shot by Heather. Heather has a nice array of shots. She can hit the ball hard. Sometimes she can also come out with a soft shot that catches the defense on their heels. And that's been part of her success this year. As the Lady Dons serve it in the net, Northern Kentucky side out. Peggy Ziegler back to serve. Serves the ball out of bounds, IPFW side out. And here come the troops again for IPFW. Michelle Conley and Shannon Smith enter the game. Carrie Herdman and Andrea Woodcock take a seat. Shannon Smith's back to serve. Nice serve by Shannon. She catches the corner. Point IPFW as they now close the gap to 4-9. We have a Northern Kentucky substitution. Amy Egan enters the game for Carrie Lewin. Again, that's just to try to slow IPFW's service game down. And it worked. As Shannon Smith serves it in the net for Northern Kentucky side out. Teresa Inscape just enters the game for Northern Kentucky. I believe she'll be playing middle. Yes, she will. Nice pass by Shannon. And I think Inskeep comes in and hits the ball off the IPFW block for a Northern Kentucky point. They take the lead 10-4. Stretch their lead to 10-4. Short serve, nice pass. Julie Parrott swings away. Dug by Northern Kentucky. They're unable to attack the ball. And Heather swings cross court for the kill. IPFW side out. She'll go back to serve. And what the Lady Dons need here is for Heather Teagarden to pick up her game a little bit and try to match April in intensity here. Not a bad serve from Heather. Nice dig by Shannon. Kicks it outside Julie Parrott. Oh, another ball handling error, not called. Probably the refs are actually letting the players play tonight, and I think that has been to Northern Kentucky's advantage. They've had a few ball handling errors that have not been called. IPFW has played a pretty clean game. Service ace by Northern Kentucky. Shannon Smith gets her feet crossed a little bit. I think April should have taken that ball. tight pass. Jill gets called for net. Another point for Kentucky. They lead the game 11-4.
Unfortunately, I don't think IPFW's play tonight has been indicative of the type of team they are. Last Tuesday, they traveled to Ashland, who's currently ranked 4th in the region, Great Lakes region, and they took them to 5 games. And I just think IPFW is really struggling tonight. We're not having a very good showing of the type of team they're capable or they are.
Yeah, I think you're right, Pam. Yeah, then Northern Kentucky came out here on fire, serving the ball tough. Right, in women's volleyball, that's the name of the game. Tough serves and good passes are going to win you more matches than not. If you don't have the athletes, IPFW can't get it done. They haven't given up, though. They're still going on the floor, they're still talking to each other, and they're still swinging away. They're doing everything they can to get back in this match. And the referees finally call something as IPFW gets a side out. I don't think they had a choice in that one.
They kind of ran into each other there. It was kind of obvious.
Yep. Carrie Herman into the game to serve for the Lady Dons. She serves it deep. Bad pass out of Northern Kentucky. Oh, it's really paired with a dig, but it's just not able to be played by Jill. Side out for Northern Kentucky. Yeah, it's Colleen Hoffman back to serve again for Kentucky.
I think Tim Heffron also seems to be maybe experimenting with some different lineups. I know we haven't seen Amy Palvido in the game, or the last 2 games, and he might just be trying to find a combination that works well together.
Yeah, Pam, you're right. Amy Palvido started this match as a middle hitter, first 2 games, and even though she tried hard, she was pretty much ineffective. She wasn't passing the ball well, and she wasn't getting enough sets to actually be a factor in the match. I also took Amy Scheinman out, who was, again, she's a little bit under the weather. She has some kind of stomach virus, I believe. There we go. Nice play by Lady Dons again. Jill Lyons serving the ball tough, putting the pressure on the Northern Kentucky passers. They've cut the gap to 6-12.
Heather Teagarden also seems to be struggling a little bit tonight. I know that she's been bothered last week or so with a leg injury. I'm not sure specifically what it is. I know that has been bothering her, and that could have be a reason why she's struggling a little bit tonight.
Northern Kentucky with the side out. We have a substitution for the Norse. Sherida Shepman is entering the game for the first time. She'll go back to serve. Let's see what kind of... There we go, April Bear swings. Free ball for IPFW. Oh, the ball is out of bounds, but they played it anyway. Oh. And there's just another case of IPFW not taking the opportunities. There's see Tim Heffron looking back. And IPFW is just not able to take advantage of the opportunities Northern Kentucky has given them. 3 balls. There we go, we had a bad set there from Heather Teagarden. And again, we're just unable to play an easy ball on defense. Opportunities are there for the Lady Dons to get in this match as Shepman serves for a match point here.
I just think the Lady Dons have really beat themselves tonight. They just haven't got it together. We saw a glimpse of it in game 3, but we just haven't seen it consistently all night.
And Northern Kentucky hits the ball off the IPFW block for match point. They win game 4, 15-6, and they take the match 3-1. As teams go underneath the net and shake hands. What was that? Oh.
And there you see the two teams going back to their benches. IPFW has another tough match tomorrow with the University of Indianapolis.
Hopefully they can take on the same attitude they came out with here in Game 3 and the end of Game 2. Indianapolis is currently third in the conference at 2-0 with a 5-3 overall record. And it probably proves to be another stiff match for IPFW, but they showed some promise here tonight as they took Game 4 very aggressively. Game 3, if I'm not mistaken. And even though they won't carry on the momentum, Pam, I think they'll come out strong tomorrow.
Yeah, I think that the Lady Dons right now are just really struggling, especially for the returning players. They're just not, you know, last year they went undefeated in the conference, went into the conference tournament, got runner-up, and I think they're really just having a hard time right now. It's a big transition to go from having a winning season to struggling, and I think that may be part of the problem. They just don't have the confidence yet that they're a good team and that they can go out and play competitively with the teams at the top of the conference.
Yeah. Well, some highlights of the match tonight again. April Mare was the story. Games 1 and 2, Northern Kentucky pretty much had their way with April playing middle, but Coach Heffron made a good lineup change. Brought in Michelle Connolly, moved April Bear out to the outside, and that lit a fire underneath the Lady Dons. As April led the team in kills, I'm sure, tonight, and she definitely led the team in hustle and all-out play. And hopefully tomorrow she'll be able to come back and do the same thing. Jill Lyon played a pretty game considering she's got 2 bad ankles. Sets weren't too bad. The players got a chance to swing. And considering the passing was not up to par, I thought Jill played a pretty good game.
Yeah, Jill's pretty consistent through most of the games. You know, when the passes are there, she's on. It's up to the hitters, and right now she's just having trouble. She's all over the floor trying to get to the ball.
Okay, well, I think we're gonna wrap it up here from the Hilliard Gates Sports Center. Again, remember, tomorrow at 3:30 in the afternoon, IPFW takes on University of Indianapolis. You were watching a live sports special on College Cable Access Channel 6, brought to you by IPFW with the support of the City of Fort Wayne. Good night, and we'll see you tomorrow.